From clarkwoods.com, this is Horribly Off Topic, episode number 176.
I'm Garrison Keeler.
Not anymore.
Damn it.
Who's hosting that now that he's
I think he's a million years old anyways.
He is a million years. I you know what? Didn't somebody else take over that even recently? He was already kind of retired when it came out how many boobs he touched? No, wait. It's the other guy from Minnesota who touched the boobs. Franken touched the boobs.
All
the great boobs.
All right, so who are you?
I am Frankenstein 2020. Did you hear that one yet?
No.
That Al Franken and Jill Stein should run for president, and then that would be the Frankenstein ticket.
No.
I'm Chris,
and I'm Steve.
We got a little horribly off topic right there. I didn't do it.
You tried to.
You gave me the stink eye. I didn't even. It's one of those things that's kind of in there, and I have to restrain it. And I've had a bad morning, and so I almost let it out, and I didn't.
That's like me.
So we got horribly off topic
right off the bat,
right out of the gate. But you wanted, I mean, even like on like Monday or Tuesday when the last episode came out, you sent me a text, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and you're like,
maybe it might have been Thursday or Friday.
Might have been Thursday or Friday.
Maybe it was yesterday.
Might have been yesterday. It's been a long week. And you said you wanted to right out of the gate, right out of the bat, clear the air.
Yeah, I mean. So I have to be careful when I clear the air, because when I do, I sometimes clear the air by farting. By farting, like the
farting even worse than you did
the loudest, stinkiest fart I've ever farted.
That has been known to happen.
Yeah, so I need to.
Nobody out there knows that because they're not in the room with you, and there's no smell, not smell-o-vision.
I don't think
I've
really ripped a bad fart while we've done the show ever.
No, I mean, I think the closest you ever came was when we were recording in the tiny room that serves as my office at my current house.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like, it's tiny. And you probably didn't rip even that bad a fart. It's just, it's so small.
But it was before we started, though. It was,
yeah.
Or was it during the show?
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and listen.
I don't know. But the point being,
you just made work for yourself by referring to a previous episode. You do realize.
So you sometimes when it comes to clearing the air, you make the air.
I make the air worse. So I need to just say, religion isn't necessarily the problem. It's shitty people that are religious that are the problem.
Right.
There are plenty people in the country and all over the world
listening to this right now,
perhaps. That are religious and aren't terrible people. In fact,
this is true.
They are religious and are good people.
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem is that the loudest people, as far as people that are religious, are the people that are screaming terrible things and not being kind.
Yeah, I would concur with that, because
it's not the fault of people who do subscribe to a certain religion or whatever, and I'm not even going to say any particular ones, just say, if you are religious and you are a good person, we like you.
Yeah.
If you are not religious and you're a good person, we like you. If you are religious and or not religious and you're a shitty person, we don't like you.
No, not at all.
So that's basically what I'm trying to say.
That's a pretty good way of saying it.
And that is the air that I have cleared.
I don't think you stunk it up.
I didn't fart this time.
I don't think you stunk it up at all.
This metaphor that you took literally a little bit earlier.
I don't ever take metaphors literally. They would go right over my head. I mean, they wouldn't go right over my head because I
put too much lemon in my...
There's a lot of lemon in here. I wasn't going to say
I put way more in mine.
Oh, shit. That's... I mean, because mine's good. It's lemony, but it's strong. So if you put more in yours...
Well, I did mine first, and I was like, ugh.
You get more for your dollar.
So I even filled it up with more water.
Oh, with more... Okay. So I got to pause the podcast for a second here because something strange is happening on the screen. I think it's all fine, but I just got to pause.
Is there like dicks popping up?
Yeah, I mean, I did have to jerk off this morning.
Two dicks popping up.
Well, not the dicks popping up, but sometimes the stuff that I masturbate to involves dicks. I mean, not all the time. Sometimes it's just two ladies and there's no dick involved. But yes, there are dicks popping up right now, and I need to make sure that they're not interrupting the podcast.
Richard, not Dick.
Right. Who is your favorite dick, by the way? I mean, your favorite Richard. Like, what? Just before we stopped recording, and everything's fine, by the way.
I said Richard, not Dick.
You said Richard, not Dick, or something like that.
Which is, I think, a Dead Milkmen album. It's
Sounds
one
right.
I don't have, so I don't know for sure.
All right. Bitch and Camaro. I ran over your neighbor.
No, that was off of Big Lizard in My Backyard.
Yeah, right.
Which was
but that's the right band,
which was their
right?
first album.
Okay. But it is the right band.
Yes.
Okay. They also did Punk Rock Girlfriend. Is that... Or those
It's just Punk Rock Girl.
Punk Rock Girl. Okay.
And
all right. Well, those are the two that I know.
That was off of Belize Bubba.
Okay. Because, see, I have... This past week, this is really interesting. I went through my past like 2 weeks, I went through my entire iTunes collection. I deleted anything from it. I moved it off to a separate hard drive, deleted everything from my iTunes collection that was not purchased from iTunes or added through Apple Music. And then I went through the laborious process of adding back through Apple Music everything that I'd owned prior to Apple Music. Now, I did this because sometimes the stuff that I owned prior to Apple Music that came off of a CD or off the back of a truck, when it gets matched up with Apple Music, it sometimes plays the wrong fucking track, and that annoys the shit out of me. So I went through this really long process, and now I have all my stuff back, including my 2 Dead Milkmen tracks. I think that's all I have. I think.
Which are those two?
I think that's what I have. Yeah, let me.
I should have back in the late '90s picked up "Death Rides a Pale Cow," which was the.
Oh wait, maybe I have that one. I don't know. Dead Milkmen.
Which was their sort of best of CD.
I have Big Lizard in My Backyard, and I only have the one track from each, and I have the one track from Beelzebubba.
Okay.
That's it.
But I have both those albums, as well as other ones.
That's enough for me. That's all the Dead Milkmen I need. I mean, my that's a really terrible joke. My great-grandfather's a Dead Milkman, and yeah. There's a tragic story behind that, but I was just about to like poke fun.
Did someone fall in a cursed spring?
No, he got supposed.
See, if I make a Ranma reference, I don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means either. Hold on a second here. Okay, everything's fine. So
did it pop up again?
No. The dicks went away. It's just to explain to the listener what was happening is that usually when I'm the one looking at the computer and there's a track for Steve and there's a track for me, right?
For me.
And when we started recording today, it duplicated the Chris track. It wasn't recording anything on the normal Chris track, and it created a brand new one. And I was like, what the fuck's happening? And then just there, I think it was because I was so loud, it was picking up me on both of our mics. And I was like, wait, is it just recording me? No, it's not.
Okay.
I'm just going to be paranoid the whole damn time. That's why I am having a shitty morning.
It'd be great if like only one of our mics was recording throughout this entire, and then like you have to kind of guess. You could just try to take that track and write a transcript, and then someone can like play along.
Yeah.
And be me.
Be you
for the particular show, and like.
Again, I'll get Kaylee
basically
to do it.
read lines for Steve.
I'll get my 11-year-old daughter to read.
Yeah,
Steve's
I don't know if your daughter should be screaming cunt at any point in her life.
No, she not at this point. I mean, some.
I didn't scream it. I just very casually said cunt.
Yeah, at some later point, she should be allowed to say that. Hopefully, in the
she should be
in the
able
British
to,
way, not in the American way.
Yeah, I mean, she should be able to say it. I mean, I don't know when I didn't really start cursing a lot. Or at all, I think, until I was like 10 or 11. So
yeah, I think I definitely didn't curse in front of my mother. That was the rule in our house is we started learning curse words, and then my dad pulled us aside and was like, all right, that's fine. Don't swear in front of your mother. Which I think is hilarious, given that when my mom came to see a play of mine years and years later, her favorite line was, I just happen to like dick.
Which isn't necessarily a...
No, it's not, we were just, maybe it was Richard Nixon. Maybe she thought I was talking about...
Haru.
about that. Oh, no, so I'm being paranoid because over the next 2 days, there are so many opportunities for me to embarrass myself that if I can make it through this, I mentioned having a shitty morning. If I can make it through to Wednesday, I think I'm fine. Because then on Thursday night, if I'm lucky, I can go see Star Wars.
Oh yeah, that comes out.
That's
soon.
coming out. It world premiered last night. You got to watch out for spoilers now. Apparently, the initial reactions.
I don't at this point don't care about spoilers.
Yeah, I don't really care about them either. But I hear that it's going to be good, so I'm like, maybe I'd like to be surprised. Maybe I won't go out and spoil myself. I don't know. But
come on, Chris, spoil yourself.
I already spoiled myself this morning. That's what caused the problem with the dicks.
Oh, is that really what happened with your computer?
No, there weren't dicks popping up. But
okay, but you did jerk off this morning.
Yes.
Oh. That is a refreshing,
monumental point at which
refreshingly candid.
Refreshingly candid. It's important that I share these things. I'm very, very nervous. I'm having
What is going on, Chris?
Like, I have to run this okay, so on Tuesday,
which happens to be loser.
Yes. Tuesday is loser, and here's why Tuesday is loser for me this week.
Let's hear it.
So tomorrow isn't as bad. Tomorrow I have my last class of the semester, so I got to wear my Hawaiian shirt, and as long as I do that, everything will be fine. That's my last day of the semester tradition.
So the kids can be like, "Oh, Professor Clark."
Oh, Professor Clark. Yeah.
You and your Weird Al shirt.
Yes. But Tuesday, so on Tuesday, there is a potluck that I have no idea what to bring in for. There is a Yankee swap that I have no idea what to buy. And then after all of that, I'm supposed to run a reading combining the people from the undergraduate school with the graduate school, and the person who was my liaison at the library where it's being held left his job at the beginning of the month. And so I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. And I just, when I sat back this morning and I realized, what is my anxiety stem from the most? And it stems from possible chances for me to embarrass myself. And because there's nothing that's happening that's like later today, I'm going to go talk to my wife and figure out probably that I'm just going to use a fucking crock pot and bring in meatballs. Like that'll be the fucking solution to that problem. We're going to go out Christmas shopping and we'll find something that's under $10 that's a joke that I can bring to the Yankee swap.
No. Okay, is this Yankee swap for adults that are above the age of 21?
Yes.
Buy liquor.
Well, it's at the office. I don't know.
So?
Okay. But it has to be under $10. Can you buy any decent liquor for under $10?
Get a Colt 45.
Okay. Well, so see, problem solved. This gets me to my point, which is that there's nothing that I should be that nervous about. But I'm so nervous about social situations and the possibility of me embarrassing myself that all I want to do is get through to Wednesday morning. And if I'm just setting myself up to go.
Or go to a game store. Get like one of those like card build or deck building games or something like that. You could probably get one of those for $10.
Yeah.
Might go over a little bit, but I don't think anybody's going to scream bloody murder at you if you paid $12 for something. Or you could get a copy of your own book.
That is definitely a very, very classy way to give Christmas presents. I was listening to something this week, and they were talking about that. They were talking about people who give their own stuff as Christmas gifts, and I'm not doing that. Because
in the same way, it was probably like, and Brian probably astutely mentioned that you shouldn't assign your novel for your creative writing course.
No. With the Christmas thing, what I feel like is
what you could do, and this is for. Like you could have like an extra credit thing, where like if a student read your novel or whatever, they could get bonus points if they're like at the end of the year, the end of the semester, they're not like 100% enthralled with their grade at that point. Then they could get your book, and then
that's like my ace in the hole.
Yeah, maybe that's less scuzzy. Maybe.
But I know for Christmas, the reason I feel like I feel like that's a really lame, weird thing to do, right? Is that it's now not even just a gift for them. It really is a gift for you. It's like, I'm handing you this thing. Now I expect you to read it. It's like if I gave all my there's a Christmas party with my extended family next weekend, and if I just took the 10 copies I have left sitting in the house and I gave them out to each of the families so the adults could share. I know some of them have already bought it, but there's a sort of expectation there. Like, hi, I'm giving you this gift, which is really a gift to me. It means now you have to read my goddamn book. And whereas if they choose to go out and read it themselves, buy it themselves, then awesome. But I'm not going to put the expectation on anybody that they have to read my goddamn book.
Here, relative. I gave you an expectation.
Yes, it's yeah, and so it would be the same thing at the Yankee swap. It would be like, yeah, here you go, coworker. And if you happen, it would have been hilarious if one. I'm not going to think any less.
It'd be hilarious if that became the desired item. Because whenever there's a Yankee swap, there's a thing that people want.
There is. Mm-hmm.
I remember a couple years ago we had a Yankee swap at my job, and I think it was a bottle of some bottle of liquor was tops.
Yeah.
For a while, and the thing that I like laser focused on was the shitty hot sauces, and it said it on the package. I mean, so
it said shitty hot.
It said shitty hot sauces, and all of them had different.
They had shit in them, just
no,
different.
They did not have feces in
geese
them.
And
but they had different
puppy dog,
different ways of saying you're gonna shit yourself if you eat this. 4 different ones of those, and I think I might have a couple of them back in the. I could take some pictures. Of them. You could use them for the show art.
They live up to the expectations. I mean, did you shit yourself in the way that they promised?
Yeah, probably. Okay. I mean, it's been a long time since I've eaten one of them.
Yeah.
I need to I love spicy stuff, but every once in a while I'll have something that's a little bit too spicy.
Yeah.
And I know it's going to wreak havoc the next day.
Right.
So this past Thursday we had some people over. We were going to get our normal D&D crew together, but unfortunately one of our members wasn't able to, so we just had we're like, well, just come over anyways. We'll just play some video games and or watch some YouTube videos and have a couple of drinks and have a good time. And that's what we did. And I got burrito and from Good and Clean over there in Acton.
Okay.
Or good Bueno y Sano.
Bueno y title. Bueno y Sano. Okay.
That's the name of the place.
I know, but it's also funny.
They're gonna say they're ripping me off. Hoo. But yeah, I always get I don't always get it. I occasionally get their wicked hot sauce or whatever.
Wicked Little Critter.
What is that from?
That's a They Might Be Giants song.
Is it?
Yeah, pretty sure. I think I will look it up.
We got it from Good and Clean or Good and Fresh or whatever you want. How you want to translate that.
Wicked Little Critter is a track off of Mink Car, the 2001 album by They Might Be Giants.
I think that was the first one I didn't buy.
Yeah. A friend of mine sent it to me at that point in time. He was like, "You should listen to this."
Okay. Yeah, I at a certain point I just was like, eh, and then what was it? They did a music video on Homestar Runner back in the mid-aughts.
Yeah.
And I bought that album. But I haven't bought one since.
And then they went on to the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, right?
Yeah, they were just like, hey, we're just gonna do kids albums now.
Hey,
They still they were playing up in Newburyport.
Okay.
Over the summer, and we were gonna go, and it ended up just not working out.
Right.
But yeah. What the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, Good and Clean.
Good and Clean.
Yeah. So I just Friday morning, like clockwork, I had my normal poop.
Yeah.
And then after my shower's done,
oh no, I know how you feel. About
I was just standing
after
there.
A shower.
I was just standing there naked, and I didn't even get dressed because I'm like, I know this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get dressed. And I was just like, and I'm like, yep, here it comes. And so I ran back and had the
Bueno y Sano.
Custer's Revenge. Oh wait, that is a terrible video game.
It's also the wrong kind of Indian.
What? It's Montezuma's Revenge, is what?
Yes, it's Montezuma's Revenge.
But Custer's Revenge is.
That was a terrible joke.
No, Custer's Revenge. Are you not familiar with that game?
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
I'm not a video game player.
Well, it was a game for Atari.
Okay. I'm familiar with, like, isn't Custer's Revenge like Custer killing a bunch of Native Americans?
No, no, the Native Americans got the revenge on Custer.
Okay, so
But,
that's why I made my dumb joke.
Because like they killed Custer, but then they made a game in the early '80s called Custer's Revenge, where there's a Native American woman tied to a post or something that, and then Custer comes over with his floppy dick.
Oh man!
Across the screen, and you have to dodge arrows, and then when you get to the other side, you push the button and you fuck the girl on the other side.
Now that you say that, I think I remember that was one of the ones that was like an unofficial Atari.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of unofficial, and
yeah.
that's what brought down. Well, that was one of the fucking multitude of things that Atari did wrong.
Yeah.
That caused the console gaming crash that was eventually resuscitated by Nintendo in the mid '80s to late '80s. Yeah. But yeah, like there was just like there was that one, and there was this one where it was basically like. I forget what the fucking name of the game was, but it was just basically taking like a normal game and then making it like dirty.
Yeah.
There was a guy that's like jerking off of a roof, and there's like these two naked ladies at the bottom, like eating all the spunk, and that one was called Beat 'em and Eat 'em.
Yeah, I feel like we either talked about it or you mentioned it to me, and then I watched the Angry Video Game Nerd video on it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's. I was like, now that you started mentioning, I'm like, I remember, but I blocked it out of my head. That's
Dirty Atari games.
Dirty Atari. So you had Montezuma's Revenge.
Yeah, I had a lot of poo poo, and then
yeah, that's unfortunate. And then you have to take another shower
because it's not. It was not.
Yeah,
it was a mess.
Got it.
And last night I thought I was going to do the same thing today because we had Thai, and I had super spicy Thai, which I almost choked on.
Because of how spicy it was.
Not because of how spicy it was, but because of me eating too fast.
Oh, okay.
And then luckily I was right by the sink, and I just basically had to cough it right into the sink. It was great. I almost choked.
That's not good.
No, and it was spicy choke, which is not.
That is not Bueno or Sano.
Yeah, that is not good or clean or fresh.
Yeah.
So fresh and so clean
and fresh and clean.
Why did I bring that up?
We were talking about food. We were talking about.
Oh yeah, because you had the potluck.
Potluck. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Santa, Secret Santa. No, not Secret Santa.
I don't even know what the fuck. Oh yeah, it was because it's shitty hot sauces.
The shitty hot sauces.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, we were talking about gifts to give, and you got the shitty hot sauces once.
And then I talked about having yucky poops again. Sorry, everybody.
It's par for the course.
Yes,
you should know that it's either going to be. I mean, they're getting everything this week. They're getting a little bit of masturbation, a little bit of yucky poops. It's all out there.
Hey, remember that time I had a yucky poop at the strip club?
Have you ever had a yucky poop at a strip
I've
club?
never taken a shit.
Pooped.
I've never taken a shit at a strip club.
I don't think I have either.
Holy crap! What if I ever had to?
But that's a short story waiting to happen. Is a guy who goes in and he's thinking it's going to be a great night, but then like the Mexican food he had for lunch comes back to haunt him, and he spends the entire time in the bathroom. I think this is and he sits there and he thinks about what he's done. He thinks about what he's done and
how he got how did I get here?
He leaves the strip club and becomes a born again Christian and buys a whole bunch of guns.
Let's not do this.
I stopped before it got worse.
Let's not do this. I tried to clear the air earlier, Chris. Let's not do this again. Let's not paint every religious person as a right-wing crazy idiot.
No, I'm just painting this guy who painted the inside of a toilet in a strip club with all of his diarrhea. I'm painting that guy who thinks about what he's done because he's on the toilet for so long, and he leaves and he becomes a born-again Christian, and then, buys a bunch of guns. That's just that guy. or born again Christians.
They're good people. They're good Americans, but they're content to maybe kick back, maybe watch a little Mork and Mindy on Channel 57, maybe kick back a Cool Core 16-ouncer. They're good, fine people, Chris.
Sure they are. I thought about when you texted me earlier in the week, and I don't want to stink up the air again. But when you
dare!
When you said it, I was like, because it's a text message, so I don't know.
There was no sarcasm there.
Right? No, there was no sarcasm at all. And so what I was trying to at that point, I was like, is this going to be like the whole episode where we're going to talk about?
I just wanted to clear the air.
Because I think there is something to say, and maybe we save this for some time when some of our more religious listeners are on the show.
Yeah,
I think
we can actually have a discussion.
To talk about where our particular where did we not go wrong in terms of religion, but where did religion go wrong with us? Because I think that's an interesting conversation. I think that's a conversation best held when there's somebody who is religious to defend religion. But that's just I was like, I wonder, am I going to have to talk about why I have a thing against religion, aside from just being, a devotee of Patton Oswalt,
and being a devotee of Satan, apparently.
Yes,
You love the devil, Chris.
I love me some devil dick.
That is not what I said, but is that like a devil dog?
Well, the devil wants to fuck me in the back of his car.
Wait a minute, hold on. We were watching the One Piece.
That was
today.
a Nine Inch Nails reference. You can all drink.
Okay, and I just said One Piece, so fucking
to drink again.
When we were watching One Piece this morning, which is our Sunday morning breakfast, usual.
Mm-hmm.
Eat some breakfast and watch the One Piece. They started showing ads for Drakes, like the
snack cakes.
Yeah, and so like there was Devil Dogs and what the fuck is the one? Funny Bones and Yodels and all those ones. I guess
all these euphemisms for dicks.
Yeah, I suppose. No, but like they were sort of off kilter, and they had this.
The ads were.
Yeah, they were not like the camera was off kilter.
No, so it wasn't like a Batman in the '60s sort of thing.
No, it's just that this guy was dressed up like in a giant like duck suit, kind of looking a little bit like Donald Duck, but not because Donald Duck.
Gotta be careful.
Donald Duck is a sailor, and so is the Drake's Cakes duck.
Oh shit! Was it a black duck? Maybe
no, it was a white duck.
Oh, okay, not to be racist. I mean, I'm saying like was it a mallard? Mallard? What the fuck's a black duck? Black duck is
I don't know ducks.
Oh, Daffy's a black duck.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if he's a mallard though.
Yeah, no, probably not. We're probably getting something. I'm getting something wrong here.
Yeah. Well, hey, if you know shit about ducks, email us so we can straighten this out.
Speaking of which, we do have two emails to
talk about how we don't know about the metric system.
Yes. Yeah.
Oops.
Sorry. So ducks.
The Drake's Cakes. Mm-hmm. And there was some that were just like vaguely racist. Like there was one where like there was a mom and two kids wearing like kung fu outfits, and they played the or something like that.
And they were not. It was not an Asian.
They were not an
child.
Asian family. They were wearing like the kung fu gis or kempo or whatever fucking form of martial arts they were practicing. They were wearing gis with belts of different colors.
Okay.
And then the duck bursts through the wall, and it's like
a man in a duck costume.
In a duck costume.
Okay, so not like an animated duck.
No, a man in a duck costume busts through the wall and starts throwing fucking
cakes at them.
Cake, yeah, and they were like, because they had cookies. And then the duck just like fucking picks up the cookies and just like smashes them against the counter or whatever. Because he's like, fuck these cookies. He doesn't say fuck these cookies, but that's basically what he's fucking doing by smushing them around. Okay. And they were like, here, have some fucking good desserts. But it was weird.
That does sound
and then like I forget what the fucking line was. I have to look it up.
So same commercial, separate commercial.
They had several different ones.
Okay.
And I was trying to figure out the tag. Or I'm trying to figure out the tagline.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of Hulu this morning, and I was so glad that I pay extra for no ads. It was such a pleasant experience. But now I hear what I'm missing out on, and I think, is it on Hulu? One Piece?
No, well, it used to be on Hulu,
okay.
but it's not.
Oh, it's on Crunchyroll or something like that.
Yeah, and it makes no sense for us to pay for Crunchyroll because the only thing we watch every week is One Piece.
Yeah.
And so it's like, hey, let's pay $10 a month to watch one show.
Yeah, that's...
I already give them enough money. I buy all the fucking like DVDs and I buy all the fucking volumes.
Yeah.
And I have a subscription to Weekly Shonen Jump, so that's enough.
They already got all your money.
They got some... Okay, so I guess they were gone. Oh, wait, no, that was in 2013. What the fuck? Drake's Cakes.
Drake's Cakes.
Go to their website.
Drake.
We are not.
We are not advertising Drake's Cakes. They do not support this program.
Oh, I used to like the Drake's coffee cakes.
Oh, those look all right. Yeah,
they were really dry. You had to
be afraid of anything that was coffee flavored, and now that I drink coffee. Shitty
wow,
coffee.
You drink coffee still.
Shitty coffee. I don't want to get in trouble with who is it that has who has the coffee opinions? It's not Leo.
I think it was Brian.
Brian, yeah, that's right. Brian has the coffee opinions. I drink shitty coffee, Brian, but I am drinking coffee at least now.
Okay, so, now I'm just getting pictures of fucking Drake.
Of Drake and coffee cakes. Do you think Drake likes Drake's Cakes? I mean,
maybe he does.
Maybe they should get that guy. He should be their new spokesperson or something.
I'm gonna try putting one of the names of these cakes.
There was some show I remember in like it was like Star Search, right? Like Star Search, you could compete on all of these. Like you could be a singer or a juggler or whatever. But then also the ladies that they dressed in like over tight dresses were competing to be spokesmodels. And I was like, what? I always wondered like what exactly was a spokesmodel, you know? And like. I don't know. Why couldn't they just be like competing to be like I don't know. It seems weird to me. I'm just stalling for time.
You're doing a good job, and I'm trying to.
You're finding it, and I'm
not finding it. That's the problem.
I could tell you about. I could get into some of the follow up. I could tell you about the Christmas party I attended yesterday.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Well, my mom has a Christmas party every year. Her work does at Fun World in Nashua, New Hampshire.
What? I don't understand that. Like
what don't you understand?
Of all the places they could have it, is there like a lot of families that work there? Is that
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's what you do is you go in and people's kids, or in my mother's case, grandkids, get a bag full of tokens, a couple of tickets to get some presents from Santa Claus, and a wristband so they can go on some of the rides upstairs once the rides open. They serve pizza. You can get soft serve ice cream towards the end. It's a nice day. And so the one thing that I've noticed, and I noticed this up at Fun Spot, which is a much better arcade, but the one thing I've noticed is that every new game that comes out now is ticket based. So like any new game that's produced is either a pinball machine or it's a ticket game. So like there are no new arcade games being made that don't dispense tickets. And that's all right. There was a gigantic Space Invaders that I got to play.
Yeah, they have that at
They have it at Fun Spot.
Yeah.
That's where I saw it first.
We were at the Solomon Pond Mall on Friday, and they had one of them there.
Oh, really?
Like just in the mall.
Oh, neat.
Because I don't know if that's neat. Like I used to like there being a fucking like
a real arcade.
Yeah, a real arcade at the mall.
I mean, maybe this is a step in that direction, though. I mean, like the malls are struggling to find stuff to fill up all their stores. Maybe we're eventually going to get back to having those sorts of things in the malls. Maybe Dream Machine comes back to Pheasant Lane, you know? I mean, not Dream Machine, probably.
But I cannot find this fucking ad campaign.
I'm sorry.
But like the tagline was some, or like it was something like overly aggressive, which seems really weird in this current climate.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't. I think it was like you can't refuse a Drake's or something like that, or you can't refuse the duck or something like that. Or it was like
that seems, especially not a great.
And I was just like
tagline,
and I was thinking of it, and I'm like, what the fuck are they thinking?
Yeah,
like,
unless it's an enthusiastic yes, you don't.
You can't refuse this treat that I'm trying to give you as a duck.
Oh, that's problematic.
Yes. Okay. So let's focus on Fun World now.
Fun World. Yeah. So there's now a Crossy Road arcade game.
The fuck is that?
Have you ever played Crossy Road on your phone?
No.
Crossy Road
I play enough fucking Treasure Cruise.
Crossy Road is like a Frogger clone that came out a few years ago, except it starts with a chicken. Right, so it's a chicken trying to cross the road.
Wow.
And you can get all sorts of other little animals or little figures that will be the thing that crosses the road instead. That's the phone version. But the big arcade, and basically it's tap swipe. So you tap to move forward, you swipe to move to the side, or swipe backwards to move backwards.
Wow.
But the screen is continually moving up. And if you get too close to the bottom of the screen, a giant eagle comes in, grabs your character, and the game is over. So you have to keep moving.
You have to keep crossing the road. You can't just just stay at the bottom and be like, I'm winning.
I'm winning. Yeah, no, you can't. So the arcade version is similar, except there's no swipe. There's just a tap. So it simplifies the game even more. So there's a button, and you just keep hitting the button. And if you run up against an obstacle, the thing is smart enough to know it has to go to the side. But same mechanic, things moving up. So it was one of those, and I did all right at that, except the little kids all wanted to play it, so I had to clear out of there. There's a one where you get this one's been there for a few years, the one where you try to get the ball into the fish tank. I mean, it's all these ticket-based games.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you go to, like, a Dave & Buster's, that's all they fucking have.
But then I went up to the second level. Now,
there are like so many levels of that place.
There are so many levels. It's the third level that's the really shitty level. If you bother going up to the third level, that's where all the old pinball machines. That's where like some old like NBA Jam 1998 or something like is, and that's where all the crap is. But the middle level, they've got some old machines, not nearly as many as Fun Spot. But that's where they also keep anything that is
still in good working order,
or anything new or new-ish.
So they have like new pinball machines.
They had the Wizard of Oz a couple years ago.
I mean that's hardly new at this point.
And this year, probably not new, but they had the Hobbit, new for them.
Hobbit's relatively new. I think it's only a couple years old.
So yeah, it seems to me like they don't get it as soon as it comes out, but they do eventually get one or two new ones. So those
Hobbit is like, I actually don't really like that machine.
Yeah, it was new, so I was like, all right, I'll play the Hobbit for a little bit. And one of the things that I realized playing it is that pinball is complicated.
Yeah, like, no shit. Especially Jersey Jack machines have a lot, like a crazy amount of rule set.
Yeah, I just couldn't. I was like, I'm just gonna keep trying to not let the ball go down into the hole.
Yeah,
like that was like
that's a good like starting strategy.
I was like, I'm not going to worry about anything else. If I happen to hit something and it makes a lot of noise, awesome. Smaug makes fun of me at the end. That was a clever little bit of I like Benedict Cumberbatch talking down to me, kicking me in the balls, cucking me, as they say. Is that what they do?
That is not cucking.
I thought cucking was kicking somebody in the balls.
No, cucking is.
But wait, is cucking fucking somebody else's partner while you watch? Is that cucking?
Yeah, if someone else is fucking your partner,
right.
you are the cuck in that situation.
Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch.
You goddamn lib cuck.
There was no dragon flying downstairs to have sex with my wife while I played the pinball machine. So that's not exactly.
I think he was just razzing you.
I think so. I think he was razzing me.
That has nothing to do with being a cuck.
So I played that, and that was fun. The one that I was the best at was not pinball, but it was the Wheel of Fortune machine. The Wheel of Fortune.
You spin a wheel.
You spin a wheel, and if you give it a buck, what is it? Yeah, is it a buck? If you give it a buck, you only get to spin the wheel once, and then you get to pick 3 letters, right? And then once you've picked the letters, you've got this. It's got a touch screen. and you have to try and with the remaining letters fill out the rest of the puzzle. And if you fill out the rest of the puzzle, you get extra tickets. If you put in 8 quarters, then all the spins are doubled, and you get to spin in between each of your letters that you pick.
Wow.
Yeah. So you could conceivably, like, if you only got like 8 tickets per correct letter on the first spin, you could go up to like 20 or 30 or 1,000. Or
wow, that's a ridiculous. I refuse to support Wheel of Fortune because Pat Sajak's a cunt.
Would you tell me more? I was not aware that
he's one of those right-wing crazy idiot cunts.
Oh, fuck. Well, you'd be possibly happy to know neither Pat nor Vanna is part of this machine. They have a woman in a red dress, a brunette woman in a red dress is the spokesmodel.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if Vanna White is a bad person, but
I don't either. I mean, I know that I once, as a child, was obsessed with getting stuck in a closet with Vanna White because of Al Yankovic.
Just Al Yankovic.
Just Al Yankovic.
Not the weird one.
Not the weird one. No, that's one of his songs that's not weird. I mean, who wouldn't want to be stuck in a closet with Vanna White?
I saw something online about him recently, and there's like the famous polka king Frankie Yankovic, who a lot of people think is Weird Al's dad. But he is just another accordion player with the last name Yankovic, and they are apparently friendly. Like they know each. I don't know if Frankie Yankovic is still around.
Yeah,
but
they were friendly.
Yeah, they were friendly. If he isn't, and they probably still are friendly if he is still around. But it's like for the longest time, people thought he was his dad, and like he was snubbing his dad if he wouldn't do something. Or it was like, no, my dad is actually his
dad is dead. His dad and mom died.
Yeah,
like
in a
carbon
monoxide.
Yeah, I remember that was really sad.
Yeah.
He and Lin-Manuel Miranda are mutual friends and admirers of each other.
Yeah, they're like the modern day Patrick Stewart and Sir Ian McKellen.
Yeah, that's a good.
They're just a couple of guys that are having a bromance.
I like that. That's a very good way of putting it. And I think I'd like to see them
because they're both good people, just like Patrick Stewart and Sir Ian McKellen.
Right. I don't know if either one of them is gay. I think they're both married to ladies.
Yeah, I think they are, but that doesn't mean that they can't have a bromance.
No. They can have a bromance, but I think that's the one part of
the thing. Well,
Ian
just because
and
Sir Ian
Patrick
McKellen is gay and Patrick Stewart is not, doesn't mean that the situation.
No. I was
just like two really great people that are hanging out with each other and doing fun stuff and cool things like come out of it.
Yeah, I would like to see. You know what I would like to see, Steve?
What would you like to see?
I would like to see Sir Patrick and Sir Ian. I think it's Sir Patrick.
Is he a Sir? I didn't know.
Maybe not. Maybe. Well, anyway,
I'm calling Ian McKellen Sir Ian McKellen, and I'm not calling Patrick Stewart. I think he's
Sir Patrick, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I'd like to see Patrick and Ian.
Yes.
If this rumored deal between Disney and Fox goes through, this deal supposedly. Disney is going to buy the movie and TV, like creative TV, not sports TV, but the movie and TV parts of Fox, which would allow the X-Men to cross over with the rest of the Marvel universe.
Which would be crazy at this point because it hasn't up until this point.
But there's all sorts of problems with it. I should say they're bad things. One, fewer studios. Fewer studio in the system and all this, but the Marvel geek in me would just love to see it. Most people,
what would be neat if they just like were able to buy the rights to that would be right.
Most people are more excited about the notion of Hugh Jackman putting on the Wolverine claws one more time, but I think it would be neat to see Xavier and Magneto like show up and
fight Galactus.
I don't know, maybe.
Who owns the Fantastic Four?
Fox still does right now, but they've only got a certain amount of time to make another Fantastic Four movie, or the rights go back to Disney. Unless Disney just buys everything, in which case that they,
I don't want Disney to own everything.
I wouldn't mind Disney owning everything.
I don't know. You are a fanboy, and
I am.
But I am like as much as I don't want crazy right-wing idiots owning everything. I don't consider Disney to be a bunch of
left-wing idiots. Yeah, no, they're probably like centrist idiots just interested in making money.
Yeah, and so I don't necessarily like that either.
No, I'm with you. I would like it if they could get the rights back to two things: to the X-Men stuff and to Star Wars: A New Hope. Because right now, that is the
first Star Wars movie is not owned.
The distribution rights are still with 20th Century Fox. So one of the weird things that when I was a subscriber, or not a subscriber because you didn't pay anything, but Disney Movies Anywhere, which is now just Movies Anywhere, and so I think the problem has partially been solved there because now all the studios are involved. But back when it was just Disney Movies Anywhere, you could watch all of your Star Wars movies on any device, YouTube, anything.
You just couldn't watch the original version.
You couldn't watch the original one because the original one.
No, I'm talking about the original.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
Because Lucas is like, I destroyed it because I hate my old good work. That's my impression of George Lucas.
That's it. Would you like a bowl of ice cream?
Is that what he sounds like when he's offering ice cream?
I don't. That's what he sounds like in Patton Oswalt's bit about offering a dish of ice cream.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize.
Here's some milk and cream and some rock salt. And some ice. Disney owning all of that would possibly be bad. I would just like them to get the stuff that they should own. Like let Marvel have all its shit back.
Well, I mean, the Marvel Disney deal wasn't like something that I was enthralled with either. I'd rather them just being like themselves and I mean, it created an opportunity to do shows on ABC because ABC owns Disney
I think
owns
what
ABC.
it did more than is that it created an opportunity for them to eventually put a lot more money into these things, so that I don't think Infinity War happens without the money of Disney being able to help pay for all of these salaries. Like if you've watched, I mean, I'm not going to go back into the trailer for a second week in a row, but if you watch,
look at all the
look
star
at all
power.
of those people that are in that fucking movie.
Then don't spend so much money. Like if just kill off a guy if they say they won't.
I think that's what they're going to do.
Good.
Then they'll save some money until all the next people they hire start to be really super important.
Well, that's where if I was a star, and the project that everybody wants to see me in, can't go forward because I'm asking for too much money, I'm being a dick in this situation.
But you got to get paid.
I realize that, but at what point? And this is the greed level that people are screaming at the right for,
right?
And most Hollywood elites are quote unquote lefties. Right. At what point is you getting paid too much?
I think you make a very astute point. I think at some point they have to get back to doing some small little indie films.
Well, I'm not saying that indie film. I'm just saying
to reconnect
that when you make your blockbuster movie, you don't
soul.
Need to make $20 million. You can make $10 million. You can make $5 million,
and some of them,
and still make a fuck ton of money. More than some people will ever see in their life.
Right, and some of them do negotiate down, or they just negotiate for a part of the back end or things like that. Some of them are shrewd and fine to do those sorts of things. I don't know if you noticed I mentioned indie films. I was trying to quickly transition to something else. but my transition
indie film
you still had a little bit too much anger
with a bunch of stars.
I'm saying that sometimes let's just say sometimes you're in the Spider-Man franchise with Tobey Maguire. You're a guy like James Franco, let's say, and so sometimes James Franco gets sick of making these big movies. Eventually, he wants to get back to his roots and do something a little bit more independent, and he's inspired by independent movies of the past.
Yes, an independent
like for instance, I don't know,
like this. There was this amazing film back in 2003. By independent filmmaker Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah, I mean, maybe maybe James Franco gets inspired by that and makes a movie about the production of that film.
Yeah, I mean, because apparently it was a very easy production. They definitely didn't spend way too much on the production.
Yeah.
and it was great director Tommy Wiseau, and he was the lead in the film.
Oh,
as
was
well.
he really? I mean, so maybe James Franco, like he's a double threat. He's a writer and a director. Maybe he plays Tommy Wiseau.
He does.
Maybe he. What does he call this theoretical movie?
He calls it The Disaster Artist.
Oh, and would you theoretically have gone?
I think we're well beyond theory here, Chris. I went to see The Disaster Artist this past Friday when I was at the Solomon Pond Mall.
Yeah.
To get local for you. Yeah, it was great. Like, it was funny because, James Franco, he's okay as far as an actor.
He is.
But playing Tommy Wiseau, who is a strange, enigmatic, just complete off the walls weirdo.
Yeah.
Figure, just he played that guy perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that. I'm watching something with him right now, 11/22/63 on Hulu. I think he's all right in it. I'm not his biggest fan, but I have other issues. I'll probably wait to talk more about that until I finish it. I'm 4 episodes.
Are you finished?
I did 4 episodes.
Can I finish?
Can
I finish?
Can you finish? Yes. Anyway, so I just want to say,
No.
yeah, he can be good, but I don't think he's good in everything.
Yeah, I mean, like most actors, there's going to be some lemons, but I've never been like, oh my god,
As much lemon as is in these drinks today.
I've never ever said that James Franco is one of my favorite actors.
I don't know if anybody said that.
Yeah, I doubt that it's ever been uttered.
Yeah,
but in this movie, he does an amazing job, as this fucking weirdo who decides to make a movie. The weird thing about it was his brother, who is usually a better actor, I found him to be less good.
Oh, and not less good on purpose.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
His beard was distracting. I don't know if it was actually his beard. It looked really fake.
Maybe they CG'd the beard off of Henry Cavill in those Superman scenes, and they put it onto is it James or Dave Franco?
Dave Franco.
Dave Franco.
Who is currently married to my celebrity crush. Who was also in this movie.
Who is that?
Alison Brie.
Oh, okay. All right. I gotta remind myself what she looks like.
Okay.
Because I can't picture her. All right.
But she had a smaller role in The Disaster Artist as playing Greg's girlfriend, which is Dave Franco. So he's basically got to act.
That's her.
Yes,
Alison Brie. Okay. And what else she was in?
She was in Community. She was in
that's right. That's
the wrestling show Glow that was on Netflix this past year. Lots of really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And she's pretty.
She played the voice of Black Widow in some animated Avengers thing.
Put that down.
Sorry.
Enough. Stop looking.
She plays the voice of Unikitty? Who's Unikitty?
Oh, that was in the Lego movie.
Yeah, Unikitty. Okay.
There was a kitty with a unicorn horn.
That sounds cute.
Yes.
All right, so she was in it, and was she better? Oh, and she's engaged to what's his ass?
Dave Franco. Oh no, she's married.
Engaged. Oh,
she's married to Dave
Oh.
Franco. So they were just being romantic with each other, and in the movie, and it was like, oh, they're romantic anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like his eyebrows were also a little bit distracting.
That's unfortunate.
But scenes where it was James Franco as Tommy Wiseau were great.
Yeah.
And the scenes where they at the end of the movie they basically try to do shot for shot remakes of the scenes from The Room, and the woman that played Lisa, or the woman that played Lisa, was like fucking spot on with the lines.
Really?
Like almost exactly like very similar cadence and like exactly when they were said, because they were showing them at the same time.
Right.
And it was like, holy shit. Like it was pretty crazy.
So wait, they were showing
the scene from the actual movie and the scene that they reshot
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
interesting.
Yeah, there was some random people that were just in there that you were like, oh, that was so and so, and what was it? The guy who plays PETA in the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
He was Denny.
Okay.
So if you guys remember The Room or the Hunger Games, you can be like, oh,
he's in some Netflix thing.
Yeah,
Netflix or Hulu.
It was Hulu. We just watched it. It was Future Man.
Yeah, Stephanie started watching that last weekend or something. I don't know if she got through it or not.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Although it was pretty gross and it was raunchy. It was raunchy funny.
Yeah, that's I remember walking in at some, she keeps the door closed when
there's like in the first like 5 minutes of the movie or well, it's a show. In the first 5 minutes of the show, there's like several like jizzing jokes. So
hey,
I don't know if Steph.
Same with this show.
Yeah, I don't know if if Steph had it in her to finish that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, she watched a little of it.
It was funny.
She doesn't really.
It was funny enough.
I'm not going to criticize my wife on my podcast, but she doesn't really watch anything that she's watching. I mean, she's like playing,
but
she's playing Candy Crush, and she's got video on in the background. I don't understand it. As somebody who has to focus exclusively on whatever I'm doing, I
mean, I'm sure there's plenty of episodes of things that I've watched recently that I haven't really watched.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've said this before, but the reason it takes me so long to watch anything is that
I actually watch them.
I actually watch it. Yeah, so like I could have watched maybe 2 episodes of 11/22/63 today, but I had shit to do before coming over here, so I watched.
I'm sorry I had you come over so early.
No, I'm not.
We shoveled their driveway.
I'm not saying you should be sorry. I'm saying like there was time enough to watch another one if I.
But you know what? You're gonna have more time at the end of the day.
This is true. Although I think my wife wants to go out shopping for Christmas stuff.
Oh, crud!
So I think and then I have
what
to.
About
start,
that?
Then I have to go back to worrying about
those things
the next couple of days.
On the internets.
I have bought some stuff on the internets. I think my parents are very weirded out by continuing to get packages and packages and packages because I buy stuff on the internet. They buy everything in person.
Why are they weirded out by it?
I don't know. My mom probably not, but my dad is around during the day, and sometimes because I'm afraid of my father, that I get the sense that he's annoyed by having to by people dropping packages off.
Hold on. Why are you afraid of your dad?
Oh, we have 4 minutes left.
You are a grown-ass man.
I'm a grown-ass man who lives upstairs from his parents.
All right. Well, how about this? We'll talk about it next time.
Yeah. Well, we should get into very quickly.
Our emails.
Our emails, yes. Because it's important that people understand how bad we are at the metric system.
Horribly off topic. The show of the future.
So the first email comes to us from. Wait, should I do the really short one or should I do
the really short one?
The first one came to us from listener Diane, who it was one sentence, and it was, "That's 180 gram vinyl." Which I roared laughing when I got it the other day. It was like, of all the things to have screwed up. So I was talking last week about vinyl, and I mentioned 80 gram vinyl, and I was wrong. It's 180 gram vinyl.
See, we suck at metrics.
We do. And we also received an email from listener Leo. That has the subject line, "You guys are total assholes."
Yep.
Now we addressed some of this at the top when we cleared the air, but let's read the whole thing anyway. Boy, you guys sure have a knack for saying some boneheaded, dumbass things on your show, but Steve may have come really close to outright offending me in last week's episode titled "The Luddites We Were Meant to Be." Steve, there are slightly over 25 millimeters in an inch, not 7. At first, I thought you meant centimeters when you were describing the fuzzy math that you used to try and reach your beard trimming conclusion. But that doesn't work either. You see, thanks to the genius of decimal conversion, I think that was... Okay. Thanks to the genius of decimal conversion, a concept that was woven into the fabric of the metric system by a French abbot, theologian, scientist named Gabriel Moton.
Like mutton.
You can easily move the decimal place to find out that there are 2.5 centimeters in an inch. I suppose that this is an innocent enough mistake to make. After all, it's not like millimeters and centimeters have been printed on one side of probably more than half the rulers you've encountered in your entire life. Hell, you probably weren't even familiarized with rulers until kindergarten. In any event, if you guys are going to cheer the superiority of the metric system over the imperial system, which is a totally valid point that I completely support, please do the audience a favor and get your measurements correct.
Okay, so I think the reason why, I mean, I misheard song lyrics for approximately 18 years.
Okay.
I thought the lyric was 1.3 something inches gun. But it was 0.3 something inches gun.
Okay. Yeah.
So that is why I was that would be 9 millimeters would be about 0.3 something inches, and so 0.7 would not be 1.5.
Yeah.
Or 1. Sorry, it would be about a quarter of an inch.
What song is that you misheard? I can't remember.
Life is better when you start using the metric system.
Oh, okay. Right. Life is, I mean, maybe
is that it? That was all the email?
That was it. Well, there was a part that we weren't supposed to read.
Well,
it says, "It's kindly Leo," and it says, "P.S. You guys don't have to read this part on the air." We
don't have to.
So we're not. It kind of ruins the snarky jerk vibe I was going for. Chris, I am most of the way through your book and really enjoying it. Keep up the good work.
Isn't that
thanks.
just great?
We weren't supposed to read that though.
No, he didn't. He said we didn't have to.
We didn't have to.
But that usually means we will.
Did you notice? I just say did you notice that he mentioned that Gabriel Montan was not just a scientist, but also an abbot and a theologian.
See, sometimes you can be.
I thought that was a little dig.
A smart guy and religious. Look at that.
I thought that was very well put in there. Well snuck.
Yeah, that wasn't snuck. I think that was.
Yeah. So it's Christmas soon.
You can say it again.
What can I say again?
Christmas.
It's Christmas soon. Christmas.
Yeah, the war on Christmas is over.
Oh, that's right. Oh my goodness.
They won.
They did. Well, you can find the show notes for this episode at clarkwoods.com/hot/176. That's our first gift to you.
Yeah, our first Christmas gift.
Our first Christmas gift to you, like the Christmas gifts that Cards Against Humanity have been giving us.
Yeah, we got. I like the one this week was they gave most people that contributed 2 cards, which was I just got ripped off or something like that.
Yeah, it's like
buy Cards Against Humanity was the other one, and they redistributed my wealth or whatever.
Exactly, yeah. So I think we all paid $15 for this publicity stunt, which I think eventually involves 5 letters, or is it 4? I don't know. I don't know how far we are into it.
We got
the
3,
third one.
Yeah.
So this one, the first one was that they bought that plot of land on the Mexican border. The second one was that they started a podcast that was just about good news.
And one of the, did you get a puppy sticker or which one?
I think so. Yeah, I think I got a puppy sticker.
Because puppy, and it was a cute puppy too.
And then the third one was that I forget the numbers, but it's something like the 1,000 poorest people. No. 10? I don't know. Some small subset of the people who entered got a $1,000 check. The next 10,000 poorest people got a $15 check,
which was basically the refund.
A refund, and the rest of us got nothing.
Yeah.
And it's lovely. Like, I don't need a $15 refund check. I'm glad.
I mean, the reason why, there's no why would we need it? We purposely
gladly,
did this.
yeah. So I love the fact that my money went anyway. I just love that company, and I want to play more of their games.
I don't necessarily like Cards Against Humanity that much, but I like them as a company.
A friend mentioned to me a game that maybe you would like better. I forget what it's called.
Exploding Kittens or something?
Fuck. No. It's it uses comic strip panels. In the same kind of way that you'd use Cards Against Humanity. So each of your cards is a comic strip panel. I'll try to find the link and put it in the show notes. And so like the judge puts down the first one. Oh, no, you pick one from the main pile. That goes down first. Then the judge puts down the second panel, and then everybody else tries to come up with the best third panel punchline. And it's.
There was somebody had and this is going way back.
Yeah.
Somebody on, I think, MySpace had put
That is way
yeah
back.
had put like a Marmaduke panel or something like that, or this might have been on like fucking YTMND or something. Like it was a Marmaduke cartoon or
Good
something.
old fucking Marmaduke.
And somebody just recaptioned it, and like it was like Marmaduke looking into the baby's crib or something like that, and then I think the male parent comes over and says, "I fucked the baby to death" or something like that.
What the? And what does Marmaduke say?
He doesn't say anything. Marmaduke doesn't talk.
Oh, okay. I've never read Marmaduke. Marmaduke's a dog, right?
Yeah,
He's like a Scooby Doo.
He's a Great Dane. Yeah,
Yeah, he's Scooby Doo. Right.
But like that was the sort of gallows humor that I used to find a little bit more funny in my younger years.
Joking Hazard is the name of the game. Joking Hazard on the Amazon, and you can find that and everything else in the show notes for this episode, which I already mentioned. clarkwoods.com/hot/176. You can email us
Hot at clarkwoods.com.
or you can tweet us. I'm at ECC1977.
And we mentioned this earlier, I am Tuesday is loser. That's Tuesday, IS loser, all one word. Do I have to spell out the whole thing? Do you think maybe that'll help?
No, I don't think so. I mean, that would be breaking
The word-
176 episode pattern.
Okay. Well, it's the word Tuesday. The word is IS.
Yeah.
And the word loser all smushed together to make Tuesday is loser.
Do we? I mean, is that how babies are made? Is you smush two words together?
Yeah, with the is.